Coach, let's talk about one of the biggest stories in college football, and that's Indiana football. They're 6-0. Coach Cignetti takes over a program that has a history that can be summed up this way. Bill Mallory, the late, great Bill Mallory, the winningest coach in Indiana football, won 69 games.
Wow.
30 which were non-conference games.
You know, I was part of the team that went into Ohio Stadium and beat Bill Mallory's team, went into Ohio Stadium in 1987. And I remember Coach Bruce, Earl Bruce, was the coach, despondent after the game. And he says publicly to the media, it's the lowest point at Ohio State ever. That just tells you the mindset of, you know, playing Indiana back in the day, but this is a whole different animal.
It's certainly changed. In fact, let's look at something more recent. Let's look at the last 2 years, or last year and this year's comparisons offensively. Coach, is there anything that stands out to you?
Yeah, everything. You look at the numbers difference, but you know what? You watch this team play, and you made a comment to me after they went out to UCLA and won. And I've seen them now, and I've watched them getting ready for, because Big Noon's going to be in Bloomington. This is one of the best coached teams in the Big Ten, and I'm going to go further, in the country. There's so many things they're doing right. I mean, if we have 2.5 hours here, I'd like to go through all of them.
we don't.
But, and also I want to point this out. Someone made a comment about their schedule. Even Coach Cignetti said, you know, we're blessed with, you know what they are. They had a good schedule.
Right.
But they went to UCLA and won. They beat Maryland. They went to Northwestern and won. You're talking about Indiana. Indiana's a great place, but that's a hard job. You know it's a hard job.
No doubt.
It's a hard job, so the schedule's fine. This is a hell of a team, and this is one of the best coached teams out there.
So let's start with how they coached the back shoulder throw.
All right, Jerry, I picked out 3 back shoulder throws. It's all in one game. Normally it takes 2 months to find a back shoulder throw. But this is a well-coached team, and a back shoulder throw, credit to the quarterback receiver, but also the quarterback coach, receiver coach. This is a time well spent, and you can see the execution right here. Also notice it's coming out.
Right.
That's a courageous call.
Right.
Close game, perfect execution. As you used to say, this used to be called a bad throw.
This used to be a bad pass.
It's not a bad throw. It's a great throw, great execution. All right, Jerry, the second one is a back shoulder throw, but I want to point out it's second quarter, 43 seconds left, right before the half. High-end execution. Quarterback looks off the safety, puts it exactly where it has to be. The defender has really no chance on this. I want to also show this from the end zone copy for the viewer. This shows you the high-end execution. What's the point of all this? It's not the back shoulder throw. It's a extremely well-coached team that's executed at a very high level. Looks off the safety, puts it right over his outside shoulder. Once again, it's an indefendable throw and catch. And the third one is the inside receiver, Elijah Surratt, who's also, by the way, the first one, catching a ball from Curtis Rourke. Inside fade by the inside receiver, well executed. Again, I want to show the end zone copy so the viewer can take a look at how hard this play is actually to execute this play. He puts it right where the defender has no chance. And Elijah Surratt goes up and makes a heck of a play.
Coach, I want to go look at one more play because you came in this morning and
Fired up, man.
You were fired up, raving about the Indiana offense, and this is one of the plays that really fired you up because it shows a well-coached team, but the attention to detail is significant.
I'll tell you what, I'm like you. I've done this for so long. When I see high-end execution and I know the time and effort put into that, this is, again, an extremely well-coached team. So watch them flip and they trade and shift. It just confused the defense a little bit, which is fine. But I'm going to show you, it looks like a swing route. But watch the effort and the technique by number 44, Zach Horton. Extremely well blocked, but I want to show you something that got me really fired up here from the end zone side. All right, here you go. Shifting, a little trade. Inside zone, the offense line's blocking. The quarterback likes the numbers on the outside. The blockers do not have leverage, so watch how they get leverage. Okay, here's exactly what you coach Zach Horton to do. Keep his outside arm free. You know why? He's going to set the edge. That's what he's doing with his left shoulder, and he's going to block number 6. That's as well done as I've seen on this kind of play.
Let me ask you this, Coach. Before the season, would we have thought that Big Noon was going to be at Indiana for the Nebraska game? And how about this? Indiana's bowl eligible and Nebraska's not. Nebraska needs to win this game to be bowl eligible. So all this is going to unfold against the Nebraska defense. It's playing really good.
Really good, and I think it's one of the games of the week, not only in the Big Ten in the country. I expect a great crowd. This is going to be a great atmosphere.